Financial freedom is something that all of us aspire to. And guess what? Indians are becoming more and more confident about their ability to achieve financial freedom. But what exactly is it? All of this will be discussed on this segment of the Money Show. I have with me Atul Shinghal of Scripbox, which conducted a very interesting survey on the very topic and more in fact. So Atul, hi, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us today on the Money Show. So to start with, it's not just financial freedom that your survey has covered. It's a lot more, right from investing mistakes to asking for financial advice, and of course, even the latest digital platform wave that has taken a lot of young investors, of course, got their attention quite significantly. So to start with, tell us a bit about, your survey and what really has stood out.
Oh, thank you very much, Mubina, and thank you for having me on the show. So this is an annual survey which at Scripbox we conduct to understand the investing habits of our customers, of the market in general. So this time, we want to understand, given COVID, given the timeliness, we want to understand how people are feeling about their finances, how they were feeling about money, what they thought about financial freedom. About 1,000 people responded, and we focused the survey on the slightly more mature customers, so the 34 plus category. And the survey results were reassuring and surprising, right? So reassuring that people are thinking about their money more seriously. People use the COVID period in a systematic manner to understand their finances and start thinking about planning about the future. Yeah, so the survey taught us a lot, which obviously will help us and which makes us very confident that, and without doing a sales job on Scriptbox, makes us very confident that whatever we are building at Scriptbox is the right thing for our customers. It helps them understand their goals. It helps them plan for those goals. It helps them invest with a purpose towards that, and then monitor their progress. So a very systematic way of managing money is what anyway Scriptbox promises and proposes, and the customers are realizing that's the right thing to do. And the important part was there were multiple answers, right? That people saved up for an emergency fund, which COVID taught them. A lot of people didn't have an emergency corpus. People start thinking about money more seriously and investing it in a systematic manner. Yeah, I hope that's the highlights from the initial reads of the survey.
Well, let's just address each of those points, and starting off financial freedom. Firstly, your survey says that it has made Indians a little more confident compared to when you started off the survey in 2019 and 2020 about their ability to achieve financial freedom. So to start with, what exactly does financial freedom entail in the first place? Because this could mean different things to a lot of people. So in your definition, when would you call a person, free from the cumbersomes of ensuring that they are able to put bread on the table and secure their future?
Oh, that's a lovely question, Veena. Absolutely, financial freedom means different things to different people. And as I always keep saying, it's not the quantity of wealth or money you have, but the quality of wealth you have. Financial freedom in our understanding means that a person is able to meet their financial goals and meet their life goals with the right financial instruments in a systematic manner for life. It's not only about retiring, but retiring comfortably for life. It's about independent thinking. It's about so making sure that your children go to the right colleges and you can pay for them. Making sure that once you retire, your lifestyle doesn't suffer and you're not dependent on anybody else, and you can retire peacefully. It's the ability to travel that we want, pursue your hobby. So it's an amalgamation of things. But most importantly, financial freedom is the ability to meet your life goals without worrying about the money to meet those life goals and realistic life goals. I'm not suggesting certainly that I want to go to the moon. For some people, that could be financial freedom. But a realistic set of expectations from your money and not wanting for them is financial freedom in our definition.
Well, I think we leave ambitions like wanting to go to the moon to the billionaires, the Jeff Bezos and the Elon Musk. But what do you think has made Indians more confident in their ability as well? Because now your survey says a good 30% of Indians are sure. The worrisome part is that you still have a big dozen out there who are saying they don't know how to go about it. So A, what do you think has made Indians more confident? And B, for those Indians who don't know how to go about it, where would you recommend to start off?
So that's absolutely 30% people feeling, 40% people feeling that they're feeling secure about their future. I think is a great place to be, and I think that's because people have been more thoughtful. People are taking money more seriously. People are realizing that you have to. I always say, right, you have to first and foremost, and this is for youngsters more than anybody else or anybody, you have to first save. And the cardinal rule is anything less than 20% of your monthly income not being saved is wrong. Once you save, you have to invest it, right? Putting it into your bank in a CASA is not saving, is not investing. And most importantly, if you want to reach financial freedom, you have to invest with a purpose. Investing with a purpose is children's education, retirement planning, lifestyle upgrades, what have you accordingly. So the fact that, and I think we talked about digital platforms, I think thanks to the internet, thanks to information availability, a lot more people are reading a lot more, people are more curious, people are engaging with their money, and that's helping them understand their requirement. So while somebody might say that for me to have a retirement corpus in 20 years from now, I need to have 5 crores, it looks like a very overwhelming amount. But when you do the math and you invest systematically for that long term for 20 years, you know you can achieve it. So I think this combination of information availability, people's awareness, people's willingness to learn and engage with their money has made them more confident. For the people who have not done it, are that fact that they're not confident actually comes from a lack of awareness and planning, doesn't come from their circumstances very often. Very often people are saying, no, I just about make ends meet. And we always answer, what does that mean for you, make ends meet? Have you reviewed your expenses? And most people have not, right? And just this ability to think about money and financial freedom or financial wealth as a family thing. The other thing we do encourage is that these conversations have to be you include your children if they are mature, you include your spouse. Otherwise, very often, and again, in Indian society, the man takes the entire mantle of managing the money for everybody, but that's not the right way. Right? So to achieve financial freedom is a state of mind where all of you are feeling comfortable that can meet their life goals. And believe me, systematic investment will help you achieve that. So for the other 60% who are not feeling financially confident, read a lot more, engage with your financial advisor, engage with somebody like Scripbox, and a guided path to getting you to your life goals achieved through financial instruments will get you much more confident about the future.
Okay. Let's, since you spoke about the whole digital platform thing, I think that's something that as well has given a lot of youngsters, especially, a lot more confidence. Perhaps it also tends towards overconfidence, really, about their ability to go DIY when it comes to personal finance management. What's your recommendation on that front? To what extent should you use these digital platforms, according to you, especially if you're just starting off?
So I'll answer the question in two parts, right? So digital platforms obviously have given a lot more convenience, given a lot more access, given a lot more sort of ease of use to people. But it's very, very, very important that people do not confuse trading, speculation, sort of quick money with long-term financial planning. Actually, it's exactly the opposite of that. It's completely contrary. So the reason we at Scripbox believe we are different is because we have built a digital wealth management platform versus a stock trading platform. And they're very different, and they require different people in different courses. While there are lots of thrills in this, I bought something, sold it, and I've listened to a tip. So this whole Robin Hood phenomena, which took the US by storm, is happening out in India. In the long term, I don't think it's the right answer. That's my personal bias. I believe that the right thing to do is to first have a goal, define that goal, figure out how you'll achieve it. So like I was telling my own daughter, like you're talking about people getting started, I said, see, whatever money you earn, make sure 20% is saved. If not more, you can afford to because you're staying at home probably. Of that 20%, make sure you're building out a small emergency corpus. So something, you might lose your job, you might be in a circumstance. Of the balance, again, create two jam jars. One jam jar is your long-term planning. It could be retirement, it could be anything else. The second jam jar is your one-time expenses coming up in the next 1 year. You might want to upgrade your phone, you might want to buy so it's all about planning your expenses against what you earn in such a manner and investing into the purpose. So while the digital platforms are absolutely a welcome need for India, but the current manifestation of a lot of those might not be conducive to long-term wealth creation. It will teach people what capital markets means. It will teach people, it'll give them access to it. But for them to get started, to your point, I think they need to have a goal. The goal can't be short-term trading and quick money. Like a lot of the seasoned value investors, like Warren Buffett will say, it's just about patience. It's investing is like watching paint dry. It's not about sort of doing daily trading. So there was an old Maruti ad, right, which said "Kitna deti hai," which is the Indian mindset.
All right. Well, Atul, I think we leave it at that. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today on The Money.
Entirely my pleasure, Meena. Thank you very much. Hope I was able to answer some of your questions. And yeah, thank you very much again for your time.
All right. Okay, well, on that note, we're going to wrap it up on this episode.